Every so often, an event comes along so rare that it shocks us to our very core, combining entertainment, intricate knowledge, charisma, and devilishly good looks.
Boring!
Man, shut up and talk hoops. All right, old head hoopers, get ready. In this episode, we have part 2 of the Kobe Bryant career retrospective. In this episode, Mus and myself will take you through 6 glorious years of the great Kobe Bryant's career from 1998 until 2004. Now, this period of time resulted in the three-peat of titles for the LA Lakers, 6 All-NBA teams for Kobe, and 5 All-Stars. Of course, 1999 was a lockout year in which there was no All-Star game. So a very fruitful period of time in Kobe Bryant's career. So here we go, guys. Kobe's third year was his true emergence. Van Exel had been traded to Denver for Tony Battie and Tyronn Lue.
They only played 2 years together.
2 years. So Van Exel was traded in the off-season to Denver, Tyronn Lue, and Eddie Jones was traded at the trade deadline to Charlotte with Elton Campbell, rest in peace, the Big E.
R.I.P.
For Glenn Rice, J.R. Reid, and B.J. Armstrong.
That's when J.R. Reid came along.
I didn't even realize B.J. was still playing at that point.
Shit. Okay. They played with both Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah. So with those two guys gone, Kobe's runway was clear.
Yep.
So that third season, he averaged 20...
He's starting?
20 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. That was a lockout shortened season. So
yeah, okay.
It was only a 50-game season. So on the history books, he's not showing as an all-star. That's only because they didn't have an all-star
game. Okay.
So he would have been an all-star. I still find it amazing that he was voted in as a second-year player, averaging 15 points a game.
Yeah.
As an all-star starter. Totally undeserving, but that's how popular he was right out of the gate.
Yeah, so where did the popularity come from?
I think the dunk comp, Brandy, and the swag that he played with.
Wow. So they saw enough every time he got on the court.
Isn't it amazing that we've just gone through how he felt completely alienated, from his childhood in Italy, and he came over to the US and he still couldn't assimilate. And then all of a sudden, by 17, he's just a megastar, dating fucking R&B singers. And
because he found his place in the world. It was in the NBA basketball community.
Yeah, and as our society shows, man, if you're awesome at fucking sport, you're popular.
Yeah, 100%.
No matter what kind of person you are.
And he's not even in the internet age. Imagine if he's in the internet age.
Exactly.
It would up even more.
So after that third season, when he averaged 20 points a game, he was third team All-NBA. Pretty good. Pretty good for a, 19-year-old. He signed a 6-year, $70 million contract extension.
That sounds like nothing now, eh?
Yeah. But still, man, $70 million in 98.
As a 19-year-old?
That's pretty good. So that third year, they were swept by the Spurs in the second round of the playoffs.
Tim Duncan was a thorn in their freaking heel for a while there.
Well, the Spurs were the eventual champions that year. They went on to beat, I haven't researched this, but I'm pretty sure they went on to beat New York in 99.
New York?
The Spurs against New York. The Marcus Camby, because Ewing was injured.
With Larry Johnson, yeah.
Pretty sure Ewing was on the team, but he was injured out for the whole playoffs.
Yep.
So it was the Camby,
Sprewell.
LJ Sprewell and Houston.
I like that team. I like that New York team.
Man. Yeah, they were tough. So here we go.
Kobe,
following season,
Kobe,
Phil Jackson takes over as coach.
The GOAT.
So Bryant.
So prior to that, the Kobe Shaq thing hadn't really blew up. It wasn't tumultuous.
There was no feud at all.
Okay.
No.
So Jerry West sees Phil Jackson as the man to bring this young team, still unrefined.
I don't know whether he brought him in. I think he brought Phil Jackson, and this is just me spitballing. I think he brought Phil Jackson in more for Shaq than for Kobe, because Shaq was already an established megastar.
Yeah.
And
how do I get into the next level?
Was playing at an MVP level, but couldn't get him over the hump.
Yeah.
And I think Jackson was brought in to push Shaq's buttons.
Yeah.
Because Kobe, he was a third-year player out of high school.
Yeah.
I
Still figuring out his way in the game while Shaq was established already.
I don't even think Shaq or anybody on the team, apart from Jerry West maybe, knew exactly what trajectory Kobe was on, but he was ascending, but I think quicker than even the team thought.
Yep.
So Bryant missed the first 6 weeks of the season with a hand injury that he sustained in the preseason, which I didn't realize. So once healthy, he averaged 38 minutes a game and exploded with a career year under Phil Jackson. Averaged 22.5 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.6 steals, 1 block. An all-star, all-NBA second teamer, and all-defensive first team. It was his first all-defensive first team as a third-year player. Not too shabby.
I like that. I like my two-way players, bro.
And this is just an aside. As I was researching, I'm like, 38 minutes a game. And then I looked at his minutes. For a 9-year stretch from his third year, he averaged 39 minutes a game.
Jesus.
For 9 years. That's fucking incredible. So that third year, the first year under Phil Jackson, the Lakers won 67 games.
67?
Shaq won the MVP.
Fuck.
But Kobe was ascending big time.
Yeah.
And look, from that year, everyone remembers his alley-oop to Shaq in the game-clinching Game 7 of the Western Finals against Portland. But that
was a good Portland team too.
What some people forget, people remember Shaq in that game, but what they don't probably remember is that Kobe was the driving force behind that comeback. In that game, he had a 25-point, 11 boards, 7 assists, 4 blocks.
4 blocks? Jesus.
And he was instrumental in that fourth quarter. Like he took
over, yeah.
He was orchestrating that fourth quarter. So that year, the Lakers played Indiana in the finals, winning 4-2.
Phil Jackson wins in year 1. He's a fucking legend, isn't he?
Golden fingers.
Yeah.
In the second quarter of Game 2 against Indiana, Kobe injured his ankle after landing on Jalen Rose's foot. And Jalen Rose later admitted in a Grantland interview with David Jacoby that he intentionally placed his foot under Kobe.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Dirty motherfucker.
Hence why Kobe dropped 81 on.
And some of you go, oh, that's a good point. Some of you might remember my top 10 list included one Grant Hill.
It did.
And Jalen Rose said about Grant Hill that he was an Uncle Tom.
Oh!
Yeah, he thought, like you, he thought that...
bit of a blue silver spoon boy.
Yeah, a bit of a blue blood. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
And thought he'd become a bit of an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, but like I said, Grant Hill, because he was so clean cut and everything else, there was that a bit of, not rumor, but that aura of being a bit of a blue blood, silver spoon kid going around.
Well, I mean, his dad was an NFL player. He come from money.
Yep.
Rose has injured his foot on purpose. Kobe didn't return to the game and also missed Game 3, which the Lakers lost, 191. So in Game 4, he comes back and scores 22 points in the second half and brought the team storming back and led the team into overtime as Shaq fell out of the game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Won them Game 4. The following season, the 2000-2001 season, is where the Shaq Kobe feud begins. Cracks were starting to appear. On the surface, they seemed to be dominating together, scoring at will, but behind the scenes, their personal problems continued to grow.
And this started in the off-season, didn't it?
We'll get into all that.
Yes.
Especially regarding who deserved more credit for the team's success. Just seems so trivial now.
It does. It's like when you got egos and they're both alpha dogs. Yeah.
And they're young and you know, they both think it's their time.
Yeah.
So during their first championship run, Kobe reluctantly held back his personal game at the urging of Phil Jackson.
So Phil Jackson urged him to hold back and defer to
Shaq. Yeah. Which was fair enough.
Fair enough.
He averaged 29, won the MVP.
Yep.
Brought you to a title, finals MVP, dominated. You know, what was he, 38 and 17 for the finals? So, yeah. So, fair call.
Fair call.
But by the next season, Kobe didn't want to hold back his game any longer and showed major improvements in his game. Improved his scoring to 28.5.
This is the joke.
and increased his shot attempts by 4 per game. Now, interestingly, despite all the noise, Shaq's attempts only dropped by 2 a game. So Kobe's gone up by 4, Shaq's come down by 2, still averaging more shots than Kobe.
Yeah.
Derek Fisher said of the feud, and I quote, "Kobe really saw himself and ultimately became one of the GOATs. If you really go down the list of guys that we have in the GOAT conversation, I don't know how many of those guys, if any, were the second guy. And so in 2001, Kobe started to feel like, in order for me to be that GOAT that I know I'm capable of accessing, I'm willing to wake up at 4 a.m., train hard, play in every game, play through injuries, do everything to become one of the greatest players of all time. Why am I being asked to do less and be less than my teammates when I know I'm capable of more, much more?"
So this is quoted in the media?
Yes. So Derek Fisher is positing what Kobe is saying to him.
Fuck.
Why should I ask to do less and be less when my teammate that is capable of just as much
Oh, so not
or more,
teammates. Teammate.
he's talking about Shaq. When my teammate that is capable of just as much or more greatness isn't investing that much time and energy. And I think 2001 is the year where it changed a little bit from healthy tension that the great teams do need to a little bit more like one guy is maybe standing in the way of the other. And so for the rest of us in the group, we just always made sure that both guys understood we're not picking a side.
We love you boys.
I love that quote from Derek Fisher.
I like Derek Fisher.
So during the season, during the regular season, Shaq would chide Kobe for having big scoring games, but when Kobe would have big playoff games, Shaq would publicly praise him. Shaq actually, during the season, called Kobe the best player in the league. And later, perhaps mockingly, called Kobe his idol. I'm thinking that was mocking.
So do I.
The Lakers only won
Shaq.
56 games that year, so an 11-game drop from the season before. Whether it was to do with the tension, who knows? Despite all of this, the Lakers dominated the playoffs, 15-1. Kobe notably helped sweep the Kings in the second round with a 48-point, 16-rebound masterpiece. Yeah, Kobe, Vino.
He could do anything. So
Kobe Vino. The Lakers swept the Spurs in the conference semis, then went on to beat Philly in 5 games for their second consecutive title.
And it was game 1 they lost against Philly. That was
did.
the only loss of the playoffs.
Yeah.
When Alice Iverson step over.
I mean, they could have swept the playoffs.
Yeah.
For that playoff run, Kobe averaged 29.4 points, 7.7 boards, 6.1 assists for the playoffs.
Jeez.
Not too bad. So the next season, 2001-2002, was much of the same for Kobe, averaging 25, 5 and 5 in 80 games, shot a career-high 47% from the field. They had signed some reinforcements in the offseason. They picked up Mitch Richmond and the aforementioned Samaki Walker,
Yep.
the number 9 pick from the same draft, and traded for Lindsey Hunter from the Bucks. I like Lindsey.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Lindsey he was the number 10 pick for Detroit.
Yes.
Yes. And went and played with Allen Houston and Grant Hill.
Yep.
And I thought that was going to be the trio that was going to dominate the NBA. And then Lindsey Hunter turned out to be not as good as his college career might have suggested. Allen Houston, I think, only lasted 2 seasons in Detroit.
2 or 3 before going to New York.
Yeah, so he feuded with the coach and didn't want to play that style of play.
And then Grant Hill got injured.
Yeah. So that year, Kobe was the All-Star Game MVP, scoring 31 points. The game was in Philly, and he was booed relentlessly. Being a Philly boy, you'd think he wouldn't have been. But during a game against the 76ers earlier that year, a heckler was giving him shit near the front row. So he's turned around and was caught on camera saying the Lakers were going to cut Philadelphia's fucking heart out.
I love that.
And then Then the Philadelphia crowd fucking hated it. One of their own. That's the Philly crowd for you.
100%. It's a sporting town, and they love who they love, and they hate who they hate.
Again, Kobe made the all-defensive team, first team All-NBA for the 5th time, 5th in MVP voting. And the Lakers ended the season 58-24. Now, the playoffs were a much tougher run than the previous season when they went 15-1. So they swept the Blazers in round 1 and quite easily beat the second-seeded San Antonio 4-1 in the second round.
Yeah, but what happened in the conference final?
Well, funny you should ask. The series against the top-seeded Sacramento Kings was a different story. Trailing the series 3-2, Game 6 was one of the most controversial games in NBA history due to the lopsided calls against the Kings. Tim Donaghy,
the famous prick.
that piece of work, later filed a court document stating that he knew for a fact that 2 referees had fixed that game on behalf of the NBA. Now, I'm not saying that's true, but if I've watched that quarter, right?
Yeah.
The Lakers shot 40 free throws overall.
In a quarter.
No. 27 in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Jesus.
And the Kings front court fouled 20 times. Divac and Scott Pollard fouled out. And this is another thing. Tim Donaghy was asking people to look back at the tape. And there is a clip of it. I'll put it on the pod for the YouTube fans. Shows Kobe right in front of one of the refs, like right in front from me to you away, elbowing Mike Bibby in the face.
In the face. And no call.
No call.
No call.
No call.
His face got in the way of my arm.
No call. So where the referees on the take? I don't know.
There's a lot of rumor and innuendo about certain things happening in the NBA. I would not be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised.
So Kobe scored 31, 11, 5 assists. Shaq scored 41 and 17 boards. Game 7 was an epic. Had 16 ties, 19 lead changes. The game went to overtime, and the Lakers outlasted the Kings 112-106. That was considered fair. No
one questions that.
Nobody questioned that one.
Or whether or not that game should have even played at all is a story.
Yeah, exactly. Kobe played 52 minutes in that overtime game with a 30, 10, and 7. Shaq scored 35. Sacramento, this is why they lost the fucking game. They were 2 of 20 from the three-point line.
Jesus. And
16 of 30 from the free throw line.
So Peja went ice cold in that game, eh?
Every fucking one went ice cold. Mike Bibby had a good game. And the Lakers matched up against the poor New Jersey Nets, the ones who didn't take Kobe in the draft.
Is that the series when Shaq dunks on all 4 of them?
Shaq dunked on all 4 of them. Shaq averaged 36 and 12 with 4 assists and 3 blocks for that final series. Kobe averaged pretty good series himself, 27, 6 and 5 on 51% shooting. Lakers obviously swept the Nets.
So Shaq gets finals MVP for that one.
Shaq gets his 3rd finals MVP in a row. Lakers get their 3rd championship in a row. What doesn't get spoken about in that final series, the Nets beat my Boston Celtics in the East Finals to get there.
Is that right? So who was on that Boston team? Is that Antoine Walker and...
Yeah, that was your Walker and Pierce.
Yeah.
So to be fair, they weren't my Boston Celtics in that era. I liked them. It was the Walter McCarty, Paul Pierce,
Ron
Mercer.
Walker. Mercer was there at the time.
Mercer might have been there.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad team.
Good team.
Yeah. But New Jersey had Jason Kidd then, yeah? Jason Kidd and what's his name? Kenny Martin.
Kittles.
Van Horn.
Hey, remember the KKK?
Yeah, the KKK. That's right. Yeah, that was a good team.
It was a good team.
Yeah.
And Todd McCullough. Who the fuck? Like, they were throwing Todd McCullough and Aaron McKee, who was 6'9", if he's lucky. Not Aaron McKee, Aaron Williams at Shaq. They didn't have a hope in hell, man. And Kenyon Martin, I mean, he's a great defender, but there's no way he was doing anything to stop Shaq.
Not stopping Shaq.
So yeah, Shaq was pretty much the driving force. For that had to be said. So at the time, Kobe became the youngest player in history to win 3 championships.
Oh shit!
At 23 years of age.
So that's year 6 for him at that stage?
Yeah.
So he's won championships in 3 out of his 6 years in the league.
23 years old. Yeah. So throughout that playoff run, realistically, the playoff run the year before as well, Kobe had cemented his status as a clutch player. He's always taking over the fourth. It's generally the way the Lakers play, generally any team playing with Shaq is he will dominate
for the 3 quarters.
And then, get the ball to somebody who can actually shoot the free throws for that fourth.
Hacker Shaq was a problem.
Absolutely. So the following 2 seasons were very big disappointments for the Lakers. Kobe continued his NBA ascent, playing all 82 games for the first time in his career, but the team started very slowly at 11 and 19 as Shaq rehabbed from injury
during the season
and dropped the famous company time line as he delayed toe surgery to recover during the season.
So you're already not happy because Shaq doesn't do the work that you expect him to do.
Exactly.
Now you get to the season where he drops that line and you've played 82 games. I can see why Kobe's pissed.
Yeah. And you've got this maniacal work ethic.
Yeah.
And you're seeing a guy who is deliberately not playing the start of the season.
Yeah.
And you're defending champs.
Yeah.
3-time
defending champ.
This didn't sit well with Kobe.
Because his obsession with wanting to win is, I want 4. Why the fuck was someone a 3?
Obviously, the season before was where the cracks were appearing, but they were starting to get pretty wedged open now.
I wonder how much Phil saw this, and because Phil's got that laissez-faire. I mean, he'll intervene when he needs to, but he's got that laissez-faire attitude to say they'll figure it out. You know, Zen master shit. Let's just put in the process to let them sort of figure it out. I wonder if he looked and went, shit, I need to get a bit more involved, or the boys will be boys, sort your shit out.
Yeah.
I'd really love to be a fly on the wall for that.
I remember him getting in the media a couple of times, calling them immature, but I don't remember him intervening too much. I mean, who knows what was happening behind
closed doors, yeah. But Phil he's not the sort of guy to come out and go ranting and raving about players either. He was always just chilled about it. But sometimes he'd say stuff and be like, ooh, Phil, what do you mean by that, buddy?
Yeah, he was kind of pointed, like when he did get up and speak in the media, it was usually pretty pointed and pretty cutting.
Yes.
So the Lakers' shift from Shaq to Kobe also continued in that season. So Shaq's shot attempts came down to 18 a game, while Kobe's rose to over 23.
Oh, that's a big difference.
I didn't realize that from following that team. Yeah, so Kobe's taking 5 shots a game more than Shaq.
That's a lot.
After Shaq is the reigning 3-time Finals MVP.
Yeah, that's a lot. It may also be that Shaq was really unfit for a while.
Yeah, and probably needed Kobe to
carry the team.
To carry the load.
Yeah.
So how's this for a year for Kobe, that year after they'd won the 3? 30 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 2.2 steals, all career highs. Shooting splits, not that great. 46, 33, and 84.
That's decent, though.
But 37 and 6 with 2.2 steals on that kind of volume.
Yeah.
So he finished third in MVP voting and made the first team all defensive and first team all NBA, which became pretty standard for Cobes. He set an NBA record at the time with 12 3-pointers made against the Seattle Supersonics. Rest in peace.
Jeez.
In January 2003. And when you think, like, Steph just did that last week.
Yeah.
And it's just like this massive deal. It's all over the internet. Kobe did it when teams weren't shooting
threes,
those kind of threes. NBA record.
Yep. Crazy.
That year, fucking hell, man. He went on a heater in February.
Is that 40, 40, 40, 40, 40? Yeah.
He scored 40 or more points in 9 consecutive games. Consecutive. And averaged 40.6 for February.
So Shaq's back.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, fuck.
I think he dropped 250s in there along the way. Yeah.
The Lakers finished 50 and 32 that year.
The wins are going down,
Yeah. And the signs of fatigue were showing. So they beat the T-Wolves in round 1, 4-2.
KG gone.
Yeah, poor KG. He didn't have a good time with the Wolves there.
And running into the immovable force that was the LA Lakers at the time.
I mean, what hope have you got?
And it's not as if the Timberwolves are a shit team. They were building too.
Yeah, but
I know.
You've got Shaq.
And
You've got Kobe.
At the peak of their powers.
You've got Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
And you got Jerry West. And you got Jerry Buss.
Yeah.
Like, every level of that team.
Yeah. The hierarchy of the whole team.
Yeah.
And most probably had the best that was available at the time.
Ownership, GM, coach, best in the business.
And arguably 1 and 2 in the league.
Yeah. Well, easily the best center, best guard.
Yep.
I mean,
what else do you need?
No team had a shot.
Sorry, KG.
However, the Lakers lost in the second round of the playoffs to the eventual champion Spurs, 4-2. Kobe Bryant averaged 32, 5 and 5 for the playoffs in 44 minutes a game. Oh, man. The minutes were so... I'm not surprised that he broke down later in his career because he was playing ridiculous minutes, like ridiculous.
He reminds me of a Bryce Cotton in the NBL for the Wildcats. Just came off for like a minute and then played the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
A, he didn't want a break, but B, he didn't necessarily need one. He was peak performance, at peak fitness, at peak control of his body. Play him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked for a long time. It worked until it didn't.
Yeah.
But Kobe was always going to push himself to play.
Correct. And push himself to the maximum that he could give from his body. And he did throughout his whole career.
So the off-season, the Lakers acquire Karl Malone.
Oh, yeah.
And Gary Payton.
That's right.
Both at this time role players. But Malone probably still more star power than Payton at that stage of his career.
Malone does his knee.
Yeah.
So his actual numbers prior to getting there aren't that bad, but he does his knee and that hampers him. And I think Gary Payton was already starting to come down.
Yeah. Yeah. And they re-signed Horace Grant as well. It was a pretty good offseason, that one. So, wow. I mean, what a year.
Kobe goes nuts in that year.
Not straight away, because he was arrested for sexual assault.
That's when it happened. So
they signed Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and Horace Grant in the offseason, and he was arrested in the offseason for sexual assault.
That's the end of 8, isn't it?
The end of 8 comes in 2006.
Oh, okay.
We will get there.
So he gets arrested.
Gets arrested.
In Denver?
And look, we discussed this before we thought of this concept, or as we were fleshing out the concept. And we said, if this is going to be a true Kobe retrospective, we have to do the good and the bad.
Yeah, 100%.
And this was one of the bad. And it's just got to be said.
Yep. So he's married. He confesses to cheating.
So the case was, briefly, 19-year-old hotel employee accused Kobe of raping her in his Colorado hotel room on June 30th, 2003, the night before he was scheduled to have arthroscopic surgery on his knee. So nearly a year later, about 13 months later, in 2004, they filed a civil case as well for the same incident.
Yeah.
Now, we all know what, I mean, you're a lawyer. I don't need to tell you. Civil case means how much you're going to pay me.
Correct. So not enough evidence to pursue the criminal charge. Those charges get dropped. But to shut the whole thing down, you have to pay. And you pay for that privilege. Now, that just means that whatever was ever brought, that can never be brought again. And I don't think it was undisclosed sum, so I don't think anyone ever knows how much was actually paid. If I'm not wrong, I don't think that number's out there.
Well, this is actually my next point. In September, the criminal case was dropped and charges were dismissed when she chose not to testify.
Yeah, because...
Obviously, it was flimsy. Obviously, they probably cross-examined her in practice. I mean, I sound like I fucking know what I'm talking about. But they would have done some role-playing, surely.
So what they do in the US, which doesn't happen here in our legal system, they do a deposition where it's that we question you and we question you like as if we question you in court.
Yeah.
If you don't hold up in that, then one side gets an advantage straight away. And clearly, she didn't hold up. Or she drops the charges because she's filing a civil. Now, you usually have to wait for one before the other, and chances are, if you get found guilty on that, the civil takes years and years and years. But if the criminal charges go away, you can run the civil action pretty quickly and get a payout much earlier on. Now, whether or not it actually happened, the way she tells it or the way Kobe tells it, clearly they fucked. So that's not in dispute. I read some of the stuff, and the problem that she had was her sexual history was going to come out.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I didn't even write that in my research. But
so her sexual history was that when they tested her post her complaint.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Was more than Kobe's.
Yeah,
in there.
Man,
so
that's going to make you feel pretty gross as Kobe.
Yeah, I know.
You mean I'm Kobe
I'm
Bryant?
getting the sloppy seconds. What the fuck?
I'm Kobe Bryant, and I'm sloppy seconds.
Correct.
Fuck you. Oh man, I'd completely forgotten about that.
Yes, but also what I read as part of that, when she was done with Kobe and she went back downstairs to speak to one of her colleagues.
Don't tell me she fucked someone else.
No, but she's speaking to this guy. She doesn't say that Kobe raped her until much later. So not immediate.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how any woman would react after being raped, but you would think that's the first thing you would say. So there's holes that are appearing in her case that make it very difficult to pursue the criminal charge. But if you don't want the graphic details out there through a civil case, because everything's out in the public, it's not going to be suppressed, you settle that fucker as quickly as possible. And Kobe did what any person in that situation.
I like it. You're like, any person.
You cheeky fucker.
I'd be settling that bitch out of court as well. Yeah.
Oh, he's a multimillionaire. There's an opportunity here. The number's most probably 10, maybe a bit more.
Well, no, because the maximum, and because the dollar was never actually stated, we'll never know. But the maximum that she could have got was $2.5 million. So
is that right? So that must be Colorado law.
So they believe it would have been $2.5 million.
Okay,
the maximum that she could have got.
So then post this, how long is his reputation tarnished for before?
Oh, look, I remember in my own eyes and the circle that I was cruising with.
Kobe's a rapist.
Yeah, that was the implication.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about shit. It sticks.
Yeah.
It sticks to everything. And even after all of that stuff was brought out, all the evidence, which obviously, like, he cheated on his missus.
Yeah.
Cool. That's not great. But
a lot of NBA players do, though.
There's a big difference between infidelity and
rape. Yeah, 100%.
But that stuck with Kobe for a long time. I think it stuck with him for years, and may, in some people's eyes, have stuck to him for his entire career.
Yeah, absolutely. And understandably so. I get that. I see it a little bit differently. I look at it from what I understand and have read about the facts. I can't categorically say he didn't do it, but I put myself in his shoes, and if those were all the facts, it makes sense. You can get the conclusion that it was consensual.
Yeah.
Then you go through it, you pay it, and
he always admitted that
he fucked her. He cheated on her. Yeah, 100%.
But he's just always said it's completely consensual.
Yeah. And also, no record of anything like that in his life.
No.
Before.
No. Or since. No. No. After the allegations, Kobe bought Vanessa a $4 million 8-carat diamond ring as an apology gift. You remember that? That came out in the media.
That's right.
And that's when he got that tattoo on his shoulder, commemorating Vanessa as well.
Yeah, I think you have to go the extra step if you're trying to keep your missus after that, man.
$4 million.
She stood by him.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
So, and that's another thing. And I don't know Vanessa from a bar of soap or anything, but when I've seen her, she seems very genuine when she spoke, and she spoke to eulogy at his funeral and everything else. She could have easily walked away, and she could have walked away with a shitload. She's 2 kids.
Yeah.
She's getting half.
Yeah.
She stuck by him. Didn't have to, and did. I don't think you're saying you're sticking by a rapist.
No.
I don't think you are, right?
No. That same offseason, Kobe signed a new 7-year, $136 million deal, minus the $4 million for the ring.
Mm-hmm.
With the Lakers.
$2.5 million for the settlement.
Yeah, well, there you go. Had his endorsement deals with Nike, Spalding, and Coke renewed. However, Nutella and McDonald's chose to part ways with Kobe.
Okay. So he did lose a couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nike, though.
Yeah. After issuing a statement in September 2004, Kobe never discussed the case publicly again. So Kobe missed 17 games that season, traveling back and forth between Lakers duties and Colorado for court appearances. Whether due to the additional help of Peyton and Malone or the pressure of the court case, Kobe's shot attempts dropped by more than 5 a game from the previous season.
Jeez.
Shaq and Kobe's feud reached its peak during the season, with both players criticizing each other in the media.
Credit to Shaq, though. He never went there on that stuff, though, did he?
No. But here we go. Shaq stated in training camp. So both of the players are criticizing each other in the media.
Yeah.
Shaq stated in training camp to a reporter that the full team is here, even though Kobe was not there. Shaq fired more shots when he claimed that Peyton and Malone came to the Lakers to play with him
Not with Kobe.
and not with Kobe. He also said to the media that Kobe should shoot less and distribute more as he recovers from his knee procedure. Shaq said Kobe should opt out of his contract at the end of the season because Shaq wasn't going anywhere. Shaq was a free agent. That was the final year of his contract.
Yeah.
So as you probably remember, Shaq was desperate for a new deal.
Yes.
But he was on the decline. Kobe was on the rise.
Yeah.
During a preseason game, Shaq dunked in front of Jerry Buss and screamed out at him, "Fucking pay me," referring to his pending free agency. This is the greatest owner in the history of, not the NBA, in the history of pro sports.
Yep.
Dr. Jerry Buss, the guy who looked after Magic, the guy that built a fucking nightclub in the Forum.
The Forum in Inglewood.
And was one of the coolest motherfuckers along with Hugh Hefner on the planet at the time in the 80s.
Pay me, motherfucker!
This is Jerry Buss. I'm starting to swing away from Shaq toward Kobe now. I mean, come on, man.
Okay. So, yeah, it's more funny than anything else. And in Shaq's true style, I'm not
Quite
surprised
childish.
at that.
He's just a big kid.
It's quite funny for someone so big and strong and powerful. He's quite immature, but you got to laugh at that, man. That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
And the worst thing about it is, when he came to LA, it was the biggest fucking contract that was ever signed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not as if he wasn't getting paid.
But they were trying to get him on a discount, and he wasn't having a bar of it. So Kobe was upset with Shaq for not reaching out to him during his legal struggles. That was pretty big news, I rember at the time.
Kobe looked really cut about that.
Shaq never supported him.
No,
never publicly supported, never came out saying that these allegations had to be just stayed the fuck away from it.
Yeah.
So Kobe was upset with him for that. Shaq was then upset with Kobe because Kobe had stopped attending team dinners and events. Pretty understandable, really. And when Kobe did marry Vanessa, didn't invite any of his teammates to the wedding.
Kobe didn't?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit how you going.
Yeah, Kobe.
So despite all of this,
they still make the NBA.
The Lakers still reached the finals against the Pistons. And although the Lakers were heavy favorites and held home court advantage, they lost 4-1.
That Detroit team was good. They had no right going against that Lakers team to be able to beat them.
No.
But Malone's injured.
Malone injured his knee in game 4.
Yeah.
And
that's a recurrence of what was happening throughout the year anyway.
Yeah. So he injured his knee in game 4 and didn't play at all in game 5. But, they were already 2-1 down. It felt rickety. I remember watching it and just feeling no confidence at all. Like they just weren't playing as a team.
No, they felt like they were old.
Yeah, they weren't connected.
Gary Payton and Carmelo in particular looked like they were old. Shaq was looking like a little bit slower than what he usually was.
Well, he was. Yeah.
And Kobe, I think, was also trying to do too much.
Yeah. He was a little bit checked out. Billups.
But look at the year. Understandable.
Yeah.
Man.
And you look at that 5 years. I mean, The Last Dance showed everybody that, these elite teams playing 100 games a season with all the scrutiny, it gets to you.
Yeah.
And I think all that had gotten to him, plus the feud.
Should have done the Dennis Rodman go to Vegas through the playoffs and come back.
Billups and Hamilton cooked the Lakers, averaging 21 each, and shot 40 and 44% from 3, respectively. Yeah, more so than...
And I think that was Tayshaun Prince's coming out party too.
Yeah, Prince played well. I mean, the whole fucking team, man. The Wallaces both played well. But
Rashid. Forgot about Rashid.
Yeah, Rashid and Ben Wallace, yeah.
Ben Wallace won Domestic Player of the Year that year, didn't he? And led the league in rebounding too, if I'm not wrong.
And blocks.
Yeah.
I think rebounds and blocks.
And blocks.
Kobe for that series averaged 22.6 and 4.4 assists, only shooting 35% from the field.
So this is where they talk about the blight on Kobe, is that series in particular.
Yep.
Yeah. Because that's not Kobe-like numbers.
Yeah, 35% for the field, 22 points. Shaq averaged 26 and 10, but was a -6 net rating per game.
Ooh.
And this is the stat that is the most damning of Shaq's effort during that finals. Because I remember, Shaq was my favorite player at the time. And I'm like 26-10, looks good from a distance, but the whole time I was watching that series, I was just like, do something.
Yeah,
do something.
He's just passive and I think if I'm not wrong, I remember and so I was in Sydney at the time, and I remember watching it when I was working at the stadium, and we just got into a suite and watching it, and it looked like Shaq just didn't care, but also didn't shoot.
Yeah.
There was times when you think he'd drive in that and he'd just hold the ball and then pass it back out. It's like, that's un-Shaq-like.
Get this, bro. It was a 5-game series. Shaq shot 11 free throws in 5 games.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. When I read that, I'm like, that can't be right.
He wasn't there to play.
Then I triple checked it against StatMuse, Basketball Reference. He shot 11 free throws in 5 games. This is Shaq.
He shoots 11 in a game.
This is Shaq. I mean, that should tell you everything. Kobe shoots 35% from the field. Shaq shoots 11 free throws in 5 games.
Yeah.
They didn't want to win that series. They just did not.
They checked out.
They checked out on each other. They checked out on the team.
If they win, does the team stay together?
I don't know, man. Shaq was a free agent and he wanted to get paid. Bus wasn't going to pay him, or not the money he wanted. At the same time, Jackson was trying to convince Shaq to play a lesser role, let Kobe take the offensive burden. Shaq was having none of it. He wasn't ready to see that yet.
Yeah.
So it was just a major clash of egos, man. They just couldn't get it together, man. They just couldn't get it together. But dude, if you stick, say, 50-year-old Shaq's brain back into 30-year-old Shaq's body, and the same thing with Kobe, they're not giving that up. They would have kept it together, and I mean, who knows how many titles, man? Who knows? But they deserved more than 3.
Yeah,
I think they. When I say deserved, that makes it sound like there's an undeserving component of that. There's no undeserving component. The Spurs deserve their title. The Pistons deserve their title. But the sheer talent of Shaq and Kobe together deserved more than 3 titles.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, it's really depressing. It really is. So Phil Jackson's contract wasn't renewed after the season either. And your man, Rudy Tomjanovich, took over.
That's right. Rudy T.
Shaq couldn't reach a contract agreement.
Rest in peace, Rudy T.
Another rest in peace. Fuck, we've had a few. Shaq couldn't get a contract agreement and was traded to Miami for Lamar Odom, Caron Butler, and Brian Grant.
Oh, Brian Grant came over too. Okay.
Yeah. The very next day, Kobe declined a 6-year, $100 million contract offer from the Clippers and re-signed with the Lakers on a 7-year, $136 million contract.
That would have pissed off Shaq too.
The Clippers were so sure they were going to sign Kobe that they already had a press conference prepared and had Kobe's Clippers jersey made up.
Oh, Kobe.
Because he was doing a whole bunch of flirting, obviously.
He was.
The Bulls.
Yeah.
The Bulls were trying to get Kobe. During that same offseason, there was a rumored sign and trade proposal that the Lakers were pushing. Shaq to Dallas for Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
But Cuban was the first one to blink.
Yeah, Cuban and Dirk loved each other though. So
yeah.
I get that.
And to be fair, Shaq was, even at that age, starting to...
He was showing the signs.
He was showing signs, and Dirk was...
His shelf life, you would expect at the force that he was about 2-3 years max.
And what a sliding doors moment that would have been. I mean, what's this?
Dirk and Kobe, interesting as fuck. I would have loved to have seen that.
But then Dirk doesn't bring the title to Dallas.
No, I know.
Yeah. And when Cuban was asked why he wouldn't trade Dirk for Shaq, Cuban simply stated, it's not Dirk for Kobe. I thought that was quite telling. Meaning Shaq's not enough for Dirk.
No.
Kobe?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
So now we move into the dark years.
Yeah.
Kobe's reputation was scrutinized and criticized during the next several seasons, with his reputation badly damaged from everything that had transpired over the previous seasons, the off-court stuff and the on-court feud with Shaq. and the quote-unquote chasing him out of town.
Yeah, so he got most of the blame for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Shaq was still beloved, and he'd gone to Miami.
And it was like, you can't play with Kobe. He's a ball hog and all that sort of shit.
And because he meshed so well with Dwayne Wade from the get-go, everyone was kind of looking around and going,
why couldn't that? It's clear.
What's wrong with Kobe? Dwayne Wade gets along with him like a house on fire.
Shaq was a cheeky fucker.
Oh, yeah. He was manipulative.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was manipulative.
Wow. And he said all the right things when he got to Miami. He promised him a championship, but he also said, this is Dwayne's team.
Yeah.
That would be the first time ever he was not Superman or Batman.
Yeah.
And he was happy in that role. Or whether or not he was happy, he looked happy and content with that role, and he pushed Dwayne to the front of the queue. And then came out and said Flash is one of the best player I've ever played.
Oh, he was rubbing Kobe's nose in it. Just fully,
And so this is where I think that next milestone. So Kobe's gone through that adversity with the rape charge. His reputation is tarnished. He nearly loses his girlfriend/wife. And now Shaq gets to Miami after everything they've gone through.
Doesn't win the first year.
No, but he gets in the second
year.
Yeah. And he plays fucking well.
Yeah.
And he's pushing Dwayne Wade as the best player.
I mean, that first year, 2005, I think he improved Miami to 50 wins.
He doesn't play all the games.
Oh, he never plays all the games.
Yeah.
I think they made the conference finals against Detroit, but he should have won MVP that year.
Yes.
Nash won. I told you, Nash took two MVPs away from two all-time greats. He took one away from Shaq, one away from Kobe, in my view, that is. That first season, after Phil Jackson had retired, he wrote his tell-all book, The Last Season, A Team in Search of Its Soul. I have to read that one day. And the book had several scathing criticisms of Kobe, culminating when Phil called Kobe uncoachable. And this was the reputation that followed Kobe for much of his career.
If Phil Jackson's saying that, Zen master himself.
And put yourself back in those days, man. I thought Kobe was a gunner.
Yeah, no.
I just thought he was a fucking selfish gunner.
Like I said, and then obviously not knowing the ins and outs, but Kobe came out of that whole breakup and everything as the bad guy. It wasn't Shaq.
It wasn't 50-50. It wasn't 90-10.
Nah.
It was 100. Shaq had total approval rating.
Yeah.
And yeah, poor fucking Kobe took all of the brunt as well as having to deal with that shit in your private life. So the Lakers had a terrible year, obviously, winning only 34 games. Rudy Tomjanovich resigned.
One season.
Midway through the season, citing health problems and exhaustion.
Oh, no, he had cancer. He got cancer.
Yeah. Was that public at the time?
Not sure, but I do recall he definitely had cancer.
I don't think it was public. I think he'd retired citing exhaustion, but then that came through later. His assistant, Frank Hamlin, finished the season at the helm. Kobe finished second in the league in scoring at 27.6, but struggled with a poor supporting cast. That's fucking an understatement of the year. Kwame Brown.
Oh, Jesus.
Smush Parker.
Smush!
Poor Smush takes some shit. LA missed the playoffs for the first time in a decade, and Kobe was dropped to All-NBA third team and missed the all-defensive team for the first time in 5 years.
Fuck, that would have burned for him too.
That's a big drop in one season to just take that kind of hit. Then comes...
And after signing the big contract too.
Yeah. Then comes 2006, which I like to call the scoring binge season. All right, old head hoopers, that was part 2 of the Kobe Bryant career retrospective. Hang with us next week and we will complete the trilogy with part 3. Thanks for tuning in. If you're on audio, rate and review. If you've watched us on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.